Whoa, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing today? Back again with the coffee Q&A. And today we're going to be with Uncle Paul Newman, and his Newman's Own Organics. And probably you're familiar with this. These are K-Cup pods, right? And they're ubiquitous. They're everywhere. My father uses them. It's very much a point of contention between him and I. No, just kidding like that. But I was thinking about these. I got these actually from some hotel somewhere. I don't remember where. And I was thinking, like, what can we do with these? Maybe we can find something to do with them. And now I did. So back during Prime Week, I saw this, the AEROPRESS Coffee Pods adapter for the AEROPRESS. And I thought, you know what, that seems kind of interesting. Let's give it a try and just see what it's all about. So let me turn the camera on here and just forget this. So as you can see here, oh, there we go. What's up, Brian? How are you doing this morning? So as you can see here, this is the case. Bald Head, good morning as well. Yeah, 7-Eleven now. You know, we want to be an equal opportunity kind of channel. You know, we want to give opportunity to all coffees to prove themselves. Maybe we'll be surprised, you know. Maybe we won't. But anyway, so back to this adapter. And so I just saw this. It looked kind of interesting. So it comes with a piercing tool, coffee pod adapter, silicone sealing ring, and pressing ring. And then what do they say here? They say here, everyone knows that maybe AEROPRESS and K-Cup shouldn't appear in the same topic. Yes, that's probably true. But they are actually combined through our adapter. Nice. Coffee pods adapter, high quality, food grade plastic, BPA free, blah, 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 blah. Peace of mind. Use your AEROPRESS directly to brew K-Cup coffee. No coffee powder is needed and easy to complete brewing. So there it is. That's AEROPRESS. Let's get the package open and see what's inside. It's only like, Brian's asking how much money was. I think it's only like $7. I think it was. It was relatively cheap, and if I got it on Prime Day, it was even cheaper, right? So that's part of the reason why I went with it, because I was like, oh, it's cheap. Might be fun to try on a show. All right, let's open it up. I think I have a link in the description, or did I forget to put that in there? Oh, it's kind of difficult to open. Good Lord. Ah, there we go. That's cheap enough for Christmas. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we've got that's everything in the box. We've got it's all wrapped in plastic. Okay, we've got instructions. Coffee pods adapter for AEROPRESS coffee maker. Both the bottom and top of the K capsule need to be punched. You can try multiple times to find the best number of holes. Different numbers of holes bring different pressures. Recommend 4 holes. Okay, so 4 holes. The adapter fits pretty well on the AEROPRESS. Can't tighten it fully, but it works great. Can't fit it tightly. Because the fixed position of the capsule of the adapter is lower, the corresponding water injection line should be moved down. I don't know what that means, but we'll figure that out. What's on this side? Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like. Okay, so we're going to make it look like that. Or we could use they're using the AEROPRESS Mini. Maybe I should grab that one. All right, so product features, how to use. Okay, so these gaskets go on, so you puncture. These gaskets go on top and bottom. All right, let's go and grab, let me go and grab the other AEROPRESS. I already had the regular AEROPRESS at the ready, but since they're using the Or I guess I could just use the cup of this, right? It all works the same, right there. Let's put that over here. Okay, so now, well, I don't know. Well, first of all, let's look at the K-Cup, right? This is the K-Cup by Paul Newman. I believe that all K-Cups are relatively the same, meaning that they have the same amount of coffee that's in them. If we look here, I can see it. The opacity is not so opaque so that I can't see through it. I can see a little bit through it, and I know that it's hard for you guys to see that, but I'll try to illuminate that. Whoops. I don't know if you can see this, but yeah, there you go. You can see right there, there's actually like some space right above my thumb. So I don't know what that means, but why don't we break into this, see what's inside so we can understand the K-Cup better. So we're going to take our razor knife. Bald has 6.5 to 7 grams, if he recalls. And Brian says, yes, agree. All K-Cups are the same. Terrible. Rusty wants to know, what the hell is this? We are, bringing coffee to a whole nother level here. All right, so Uncle Paul. Oh, there's the coffee. Oh, and it looks pretty dark. That's a pretty darkly roasted coffee. That does not look. Look at that. Ooh, that's dark. That, yeah. Whatever loving hell is this? That's exactly it. All right, we're going to put this down here. Oh, look at that bald head. We got 11 grams. Huh? Okay, so this, I don't really use the K-Cup, but from what I recall, my brother uses it also. It's kind of crazy. They will, wait a minute, what holds it? I just realized that there was that gap, right? But what is in the gap? Oh, so there's a little, there it is. So there's a little pouch that's glued to the side. So it's like a little filter basket. Oh, I guess this will filter. Okay. We're not gonna touch that. I was gonna pull it out, but we're not gonna do that. Okay, so we've got this, and then we've got our adapter. We got 11 grams of coffee. Oh, I nearly poked myself. So here is our poking device. Now we have to poke the bottom, right? We have to poke the bottom. Should I reuse this or use the fresh one? Let's use the fresh one. We're just using this to see what happens. So 11 grams. Now with 11 grams, we would normally make maybe a 5.5 to 6 ounce serving, which should be plenty, right? So that's about half what we normally, so about 175 grams of water is what we would use. I guess we'll use that much. I don't know. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. So we're going to take the other K-Cup that has not been adulterated. We're going to puncture it. First, we're going to puncture the bottom because we know the bottom, there's no way that we're going to lose anything. So puncture the bottom. And I think it said 4 punctures. Okay. And the 4 will be good. It'll give us nice flow. We could probably do more. There's 4. Let's do 6. Why not? Okay, there. All right, let's do 8. Because here's why. I'm not too worried about the amount here because we know that the basket will flow through. And so it's just going to pool here at the bottom. Why bother with all of that? All right, so there's, let's do one more set. That resistance that happens at the bottom past the filter doesn't really affect our brew. Now, it said the ideal thing was 4. So let's do 4 holes here. Oh, that's very easy to punch. Okay, so that's our punch. Now we're going to take the gasket. Now, what did it say about the gasket goes on top of the, right? It goes on top of, yeah, there we go. Silicone seating ring and a pressing ring. Now there's 2 rings. I only have 1. Are they all together? Oh, they're all together. Okay, so silicone ring. So as you can see here, they're actually stuck together. There's a silicone on this side, and then there's the pressing ring here. So this silicone ring goes down on, goes on top of here. That goes in here. Okay. And you know what? We're going to use the full-size AEROPRESS for this because I don't know why. Why not? Why not? So all of this now goes, locks on. Actually, I kind of like the orange, right? Looks nice. Huh? Looks cool. All right, so there it is. There is our whole setup. We're going to take that. We're going to put this on top of the cup here. I'm going to put this down. So we said 175 grams we're going to use of water. I'm going to take this off because we're going to put the water directly on here and then press it down. Rusty's asking, you think this will be approved for WAC? Why wouldn't it? Oh, no, because you have to bring your own coffee. So if you bring your own coffee in a pot, actually, that might be kind of fun. Wouldn't that be hilarious if you actually brought the right coffee and won with this? And Gray Suit, this is what we try to do for you. We want to, you know, be a service to the community so that, you know, you don't have to do this kind of foolishness. All right, so we've got this. We're going to now do 175 grams of the water. Let's turn our timer on. Let's just see how long it takes. Okay, we're going to put this on 175 grams. This would be appropriate strength for the amount of coffee. This would not be how much water you would use in an actual K-cup machine. All right, so let's have a look here. Oh, it is dripping. Okay, never mind. Oh, there's some rough aromatics there, rough aromatics. I'm gonna put this on here. But actually, it looked kind of cool. You don't really get to see that view of the AEROPRESS very often, right? Now we're gonna press. You can hear it. Okay, there we go. Got the so that we have the clearance. We pushed all of the water through. I pushed it all the way down the plunger. And let's have a look here. Ooh. Let's have a look at this. So we've got our 10 holes. No real resistance there. Let's see about... Okay, we're going to pull this back a little bit. Okay. Now open it up. It's a bit of snug fit. It doesn't have that looseness that the actual AEROPRESS has. You know, actually that's just as clean, you know, as you would use it normally, I guess, in a K-cup. Just throw this away. Our gasket is here. Oh, we got a little bit of water left. That's just water right now, so we can dump that out. One nice thing about this is that since it's not touching the coffee, it looks relative. Looks like the water that was in here was still clean. So unlike a regular AEROPRESS where you've now got to wash it, I think you don't have to wash it. I think you just pull it apart, let it dry, and yeah, that's still clean. All right, that's very nice of this. All right, now let's have a look at our elixir here. We're gonna, oops, pour it out. Now, you did see how dark it was earlier. And you can see here, it's pretty dark, right? It looks pretty dark. Right, look at that. I can smell the roughness, the harshness. Remember how we had that 7-Eleven coffee the other day? It's like that. It's like defective, rough, brutish, darkly roasted. Uncle Paul does not love you. Like Uncle Paul has really shown how much he cares about you, the people, because it already smells difficult. And I'm not even smelling it. Now I'm smelling it. Yeah, it definitely has that commercial Robusta kind of like just rough, harsh. Ugh. Yes, yes. There it is. Defects, CBB, phenols, rough and brutish and just, gosh, horrific, horrific, horrific. Okay, I'm going to pour some of this back. Oh, actually, I'm going to pour it all back. What we're going to do now is we're going to, so if we're talking 175 grams of water that we're adding to make the proper brew strength. Now what we want to do is we want to increase that by 2. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the scale. Aztec Bottom Fish, good to see you, my friend. How are you? All right, so now we're going to take this, and I'm going to have to put some water in this kettle just to cool it down straight from the pot. We're going to take a measurement of our coffee. Let's just say 44 grams. That's fine. We're going to multiply that by 2, and we're going to increase that to, this is roughly what you would have in a K-cup machine, 88. So this will mimic what we would get out of a machine. So in its natural state, at the proper gold cup standard, brutish, rough, harsh, commercial, like phenolic, and just like every kind of like CBB damage, earthy, it's just not so nice, right? Now that we've blended it down, like what the interesting thing, like if we remember from the time when we were with our 7-Eleven coffee, had very similar characteristics, right? But when we made it to the strength that we'd normally be served at 7-Eleven, a lot of those like harshness went away to just more kind of generic, kind of like nondescript, relatively benign coffee. Will that happen today? Perhaps, perhaps. Ah, good morning, Mom. Yeah, there it is again. So this one actually has a little bit more character than the 7-Eleven at the same ratio, meaning that the 7-Eleven was more benign, like less offensive. This still has levels of offense. Like it's still letting you know that Uncle Paul is here, and that Uncle Paul used to race cars, because you can taste that fuel in the coffee. Like he's here letting you know that he's still here with his coffee. I don't know about his Caesar dressing, but maybe it's the same. And Aztec says, so basically that Keurig stuff is crap. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here's something that I forgot to check this before we started, and I only thought about it now. But what I'm curious to know is, like, what is the cost of the K cups? Like, if you were to, like, if any of you guys have a computer, if you could take a quick peek, see what kind of cost. Let's say these Paul Newman organic. Like, this is supposed to be organic. Good Lord, really? Organic? Gosh, that makes me sad. So that's the thing. Organic coffee does not mean that it's good. Certification does not mean that it's good. Like, I've had a number of people over the years, they would ask me, so do you buy fair trade? I say, no. Like, I'm very blatant about that. I'm very blunt about no. Do you buy reinforced? No. Because for me, it's not about the certification. Like some people rely upon certifications, and that's fine if that's what's important to you. But for me, flavor is paramount. What we want is to have great coffee for people to try. And those usually do not come with certifications, right? Having really beautiful coffee that's certified is a very unusual thing, because they're really two different intentions, right? The certification is about meeting whatever that certification body wants for their coffee, which doesn't always have hand in hand with quality, right? With having high quality. Whereas I'm all about quality, and I only want to buy quality. So And people would be like, well, why don't you do that? I said, well, fair trade, especially with the fair trade, they talk about the price of the coffee. The price of coffee for fair trade really hasn't changed in 30, 40 years. But we pay higher prices than fair trade because the coffee quality is higher. And we pay those directly to the farmer. So it's a little bit of a different way of trading coffee. Now, of course, we've got large corporations. They want to have certifications like organic, which helps certain levels of consumers to feel better about their purchases and make them feel like that they have a say in what they're doing. But really, this is just, not so. But this is definitely more, it has more character than the 7-Eleven, right? 7-Eleven's very neutral, very kind of smooth almost after you blended it down. This, oh no. It's still quite harsh. Mellowed, but still quite harsh. It doesn't have the same level of acidity in my stomach that the 7-Eleven did, but it's still not a coffee that you want to drink. Graysuit says, your certification means nothing except someone had money. I mean, it does mean, for certain segments of the market, it does mean something. I can't totally dismiss them because, they're just, their goals are different, right? The idea behind fair trade is that they're working to get farmers higher amounts of money. And so here's the thing. So in 2015, I went on a trip to Mexico. We went down to Guerrero with a bunch of other green buyers, coffee roasters. And this is true. And by this point, I'm well over 10 years in the business. I've been buying coffee at that point for, about 6-7 years. And so I'm not a neophyte at the time, but you're always learning. You're always learning something new and learning new ways to think about what you think about any discipline, right? And so, of course, everybody, all the green buyers, they want to make a name for themselves, right? They all want to find the rare coffee that's amazing and make their mark on the scene, which is totally understandable. Everybody has a little bit of ego. And one of the conversations we had with a bunch, and so we met up with this group of farmers, what they would call in Mexico a grupo de trabajo. And these people, maybe there are 30 of them, and they're very disparate, right? They're all on this mountain. They all work on this mountain. But the members are very disparate in that some of them have good resources where they have their own dry mill. Others don't. And there's so many in between, right? So one guy is all by himself, right? His family is too young to help him. He's all by himself. He's trying to, we normally have patios to dry coffee, right? This guy has no patios. All he has is his trees, and he has these volcanic rock little outcroppings of rock. And he will take the cherries, put them on the rock because the rocks are hotter, dry them and rake them every 10 minutes to try to keep them from scorching. So people like him don't have a lot of resources. And so if they can meet certification standards like the fair trade, the idea is that with commercial grade coffees like this, hopefully you're finding co-ops filled with, more like campesino type of farmers who can benefit some from a little bit more money than commercial. And that's kind of the hope with those things. So it's not, but of course, if you're in the quality end of the business or you're in the quality end of the consumer range, you won't even consider those because, like you said, it doesn't fit your profile. But they do have a place. And I'm always constantly reminded that every coffee has a place and every coffee needs to be sold. And then Baldhead says, I've had not awful K-cups. Oh, nice. I don't know what those are. My mom is always buying. So maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, I asked my mom, I said, what kind of gift do you think Dad would like for Christmas? And she was like, well, I think he likes one of those K-cup machines. I was like, oh my gosh. I fancy myself as the best coffee purveyor in Baltimore, and my own father wants to have a K-cup machine. So what did I do? I bought him a K-cup machine. And he's been using it ever since. He loves that thing. He loves it. He's always using it. My mom's always buying him more K-cups. So I was just like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, and then, there was a thought about, I'm going to make the K-cups, like the little filters, get those filters so he could fill it. But my dad, he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to just drop it in. He likes whatever donut house coffee. It's not the actual Dunkin's or anything. I think it's an off-brand, like says donut shop. I think they get it from Costco or Sam's Club or whatever it is. But yeah. And Baldhead says USD organic means something, especially when it comes to soil and the fertilizer you use. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But even when we were sourcing for restaurants and for the shops, even organic was like, I was like, we don't need that. We need to go to the source. Like we kind of mentioned this the other day. Like I have this psychosis of sourcing. Like I want to go to like the source and like get it from that place. Like almost like money is no object. I mean, our money is very much an object, especially in my world. But it's just like we need to, like we're gonna find the right kind of like honey. We gotta get the right kind of eggs. We gotta get the right flour. No, I am a King Arthur person. I do think King Arthur is one of the better ones out there. Bob's Red Mill is also very good. Anyway, so yeah, that's a little bit of the craziness there. Baldhead says, get him a super automatic, or you get one of those 4-shot loaders for the coffee that you roast. 4-shot loaders. Oh, you mean the like a 4-shot K-cup loader? I know, but I don't know. There is the side of me that's like, I would not do that. Although, I'm thinking about it, in these K-cups, right, they have this little like ledge, right, this little filter. If you went all the way down with the filter, and I don't know if they can do this, I have to look into it, but there's a good amount of space left here, right? So you could fit, so if this is 11, maybe we could fit 16 grams? I don't know, maybe. I'll have to think more about that. I have to think more about that because I'm interested. Or maybe they designed it this way, meaning Green Mountain Coffee Company. Maybe they designed it because they wanted to make it so that if you were a different roaster, you could do different quantities of coffee. I'll have to look more into that. Maybe the next trade show, I'll go check them out, talk to the guys more. Yeah, maybe. Aztec says, good opinion. Yeah, I'm actually, I normally present a very benign self to you, just because I want to be very neutral. But sometimes I forget neutrality. This is why a lot of people in coffee don't like me. Load 4 K-cups. Okay, good. That's what I thought you meant. Oh, and I was confusing Nespresso with K-cup for the gram in the pot. I thought so too. And the interesting thing is, I've had Nespresso a couple times, and they are definitely smaller, so they would hold less. But I remember them having rather robust flavors in some of them. I'll have to explore that too more. Maybe. But this holds quite. So at 11, so I've heard that at 11 grams, depending what you're paying, I heard these are cost. When you do K-cups, it's like $65 a pound. It's some stat that I heard years ago that I've been quoting it ever since, but I never actually took the time to figure out how much coffee is in here. But in this one, 11 grams, I'll have to work on that and maybe put that in a post or something. All right, so that's pretty much it for today. If you can find, actually, so let's go back to like, what do we think? So we know about the coffee. What about the pods, the pod adapter? This AEROPRESS pod adapter, actually, that worked really well. That worked really easily. It was very simple and easy to use. Right? There's a little bit of an adapter, so I think if you're someone like a lot of my friends that have AEROPRESS fetishes and you want more gadgets for AEROPRESS, I think that's kind of cool. All right, I think it's kind of cool. Cleanup is super simple. Like there's really nothing dirty left, right? Everything's all contained in here, just like in a machine. So you don't really have to clean up anything. Now, if you can find a good K-cup, or they do have refillable K-cups. So if you don't mind refilling them, I have one somewhere here that I did buy because I was going to give it to my dad, but I've never, got around to it, and I don't know where I put it. I'll look for it, and then we'll do another episode where we check it out. But I do think that it's cool. This is cool. Okay, so Brian says, Costco K-cup coffee, 26 per coffee, per pound is ridiculous, but it's not bad. So 26 cents per coffee. So 26 cents. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do. There are 128. Is that right? No. 453 grams in a pound. We have 11 grams. We're going to divide that by 11. Right? We have 41.18 servings per pound. We're going to multiply that by 26 cents. $10.70 a pound. Actually, okay, so if you're buying coffee from me and you get $10.70 a pound, that's a steal. No doubt about it. That's a steal. Because I think our price is like right around 20. But this quality of grade of coffee, commercial grade, stuff that you'd probably buy from the store for $5 a pound, man, you're paying twice as much. Okay, that's crazy. That's crazy talk right there. Okay, but back, so then now we solved that problem, that question. So not $60, but twice as much. Maybe it's Nespresso that's 60. But I do like this. I think it's cool. I actually kind of like it. So if you're interested in K-Cups and AEROPRESSes, yeah, all right, excellent. Did I catch up on everyone's thoughts? Oh, yes, okay, good. All right, so I guess that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for tuning in. Appreciate you being with here. Tomorrow, we're going to be back again with our Soigné episode, and we're going to see about this. This is a Riedel decanter for Merlot. And we're going to, oh, wait. Brian says the coffee per pound is probably 60. Well, you said that it's 26 cents per coffee, right? So if each K-Cup is 26 cents, and we're presuming that they're going to have the same amount of coffee, 11 grams, as the Paul Newman, that should give us 41 servings from a pound, 453 divided by 11, 41, and then multiply that by 26, gives us about $10.70. So maybe if I'm making the correct presumptions. But anyway, tomorrow we're going to be talking about does coffee get affected by decanting? Can you get better results with decanting? We're going to give it a try and find out. Yeah. Soigné, yeah, if you look at the thumbnail, you'll see exactly what we're talking about. Stuff I couldn't really put on YouTube. All right, Mom. See you later. Oh, yes, that's right. Tonight is it's Thursday, so tonight, coffee and cigars, 8 p.m. on the Ono Live channel. We're going to be smoking the Saka Khan, which is a Mi Querida cigar from Dunbarton Trust and Steve Saka. I don't know what coffee we're going to use. And I'm still working on the video for Saturday, which is a visit to a place called 1-1 Coffee Roasters. Hopefully I'll get it finished in time. I'm close, but I'm also at a point where it may or may not make it. But that one is, I really want to put that one out. I want to do that one well because that showcases the very best espresso I've ever had in 23 years in the business. So, all right, that's good. K-Cup tonight, maybe we will. You get your cigar ready, Bolthead. No more of these, what do you call it? Kubas. Oh, my math does check out. Okay, good. I'm just kind of, could be very wrong. Aerate the coffee made for cold brew. Oh, maybe. I should go get my little Veen aerator, see what that does. All right. So come join us if you can tonight at 8 p.m. If not, be back again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. And all right. See you then. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.